Chicken. So we're gonna start a Christmas reading vlog, and I'm just going to take the weekend and maybe up until Wednesday, and I'm just gonna read a lot of holiday romances. I'm gonna listen to a few. I have a couple physical books that I want to read. So I'm gonna start this book because I'm doing some Christmas crafting. And I just finished Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood, a part of the Amazon Originals collection. So there's like 5. I'm probably gonna listen to all 5 today as I'm Christmas crafting. So I will attach a photo here. This might be one of my favorite Ali Hazelwood books that I've like ever read. I'm gonna give this book 4.5 stars. Like, I had a freaking fun time with it. It basically follows these two characters. They're, you know, it's an older woman, younger guy, and it's her best friend's brother, her best friend's little brother. And they have always had a dynamic, but they've never kind of gotten together. And then they're kind of trapped together in a snowstorm. And some miscommunications come to light. I love this story. I thought this was great. I love that it had history. I love that it was like almost like Friends to more. And I really, really like that. I like all the miscommunication. I like the snowy situations. And I had a fun time. I gave it 4.5 stars. So really, really recommend that. I know that other people that I've watched, I know Christy really, really liked this one as well. So I'm going to go read Only Santa's in the Building by Alexis Daria next. That's a 45-minute audiobook. So I'll be back when I have finished that one, and then we'll chat about that one. Bye. Hey chickens, I'm back. I definitely wound up finishing Only Santa's in the Building by Alexis Daria. I will have attached a photo previously. I've never read anything by this author, but I had a really, really fun time with it. This was definitely more Christmassy than Ali Hazelwood's. Ali Hazelwood's was more wintry, but I really did like this book. I thought it was solid. I gave it 4 stars, and I really like this one. It basically is sort of like Secret Santa. In my college that I went to, we did Secret Santa like all year. We called Secret Sister because I went to a mostly girl college, and it just reminded me of that. It was also, there was like a party, very, very Christmassy. I also really liked her job. She was an illustrator for comic books, which I really, really liked, and there was sort of a miscommunication trope that I also saw in Ali Hazelwood's, but I had a really, really fun time with this one. I gave this book 4 stars. They were both really, really good. I probably liked them like an equal amount. I definitely would be interested in reading more by Alexis Daria in the future. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna go read the Tessa Bailey one next. I'm gonna go download the next 2, and I'll come back when I'm done with Tessa Bailey. I think that's the one I'm gonna start next. Tessa Bailey and me have had very, very mixed relationships, I'll be honest. I have really liked Hook, Line, and Sinker, and everything else I read by her I haven't really liked, so I'll be curious about this, but it is super short, and that's why I like these holiday collections. You kind of get to know new authors just with like quick reads. So I'm gonna go read that, and then I'll come back with my thoughts when I'm done with it. Bye. Friends, I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up finishing Merry Ever After, which I attached a photo of before. This is Tessa Bailey's book in the Christmas Romance collection from Amazon, and I like this book. I think I'm going to give it like 3 stars. It was probably my least favorite just because Tessa Bailey writes really, really steamy books. The one thing I will give her credit for is I do not feel like this was as insta-lovey as her previous books, like especially when I read My Killer Vacation. That I felt was so insta-lovey. It is very, very steamy, very, very spicy. But I like the rep, I like the single mom element to it. It just did not have a lot of plot, and these books, like, you know, romances that are like 60 pages are never gonna have enough plot, but the plot I got was mostly steam and less plot. But it was fun. I didn't feel like it was insta-love. I felt like it was friends to more, or acquaintances to more, but it was a hot, fun time. So I'm gonna go read the next one by Olivia Dade, who I've never read anything by before, and then I'll give you guys an update. Bye. Friends, I'm back. I did end up finishing Just by My Elf by Olivia Dade, and I'll attach a photo previous to this clip. I did like this one. I think this one is, I like this one a little bit more than the Tessa Bailey. I've never read anything by Olivia Dade. I know she writes a lot of like school-based stories. This was a fun read. This was another like kind of road trip, more wintry. They were trapped in a car together. They had to tackle their unexpected feelings, which I thought was really, really fun. And again, sometimes when I read books like this, it's always insta-love, so there was some history in all the stories that I've read so far, like all of them have had history elements to them, so they didn't feel insta-lovey to me. And it's the one thing I sometimes struggle about in spicy romances, because they sometimes feel like we meet, we have sex, and that's it. But these books are so short, so I often like give them a little bit of a pass. But I've been really happy with all of these romances. They felt a lot very, very wintry, but more like wintry, I think. The next one I think has to do more Christmassy, because I think it has to do with a baking competition. But yeah, I'm gonna go read that one, and then I'm gonna see what time it is and what my mom needs me to do. But I might just like pick up another audiobook and just like kind of read through it and see how many audiobooks I can get through in today that are Christmassy themed. I also did pull out all of my holiday romances that I have, or like wintry romances that I have, and I have about 9. So my secret goal is probably to finish those by the end of the year. But I don't know. I also have a lot of other reading plans. So yeah, but I'll be back when I'm done with the Alexandra Bellafour, and I'll give you guys my reading update. Bye. And I picked up Alchemies to Lovers by Jennifer Chipman. This is my physical book that I'm gonna read, and honestly I think this title is very, very misleading, because they're not really alchemies, they're not really enemies, it's just like a cute title. But you basically follow these two characters. You follow Ivy Winters, who works at Santa's Christmas Land in Florida, and there is Teddy Claus, who is the actual dad of Santa, the child of Santa, and he is kind of going to check out that everything's going according to plan, and he decides to take her with him back to the North Pole. I've literally read 8 chapters, and I'm really intrigued. I have like Jennifer Chipman's writing before. I really wish there was an audiobook for this, but like she just does her audiobook so slow. Like I'm still waiting to read Wickedly Yours, because the audiobook is just not out yet. But I decided to pick this up when I was at Charleston, because they had it on the table, and I figured I would get it. So it's gonna be a steamy, smutty time, but I'm also, hopefully we get some Christmas vibes. So I will report back when I have read up to page maybe like 150 in this. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 124 to Alchemies to Lovers by Jennifer Chipman. I'm having a fun time with this. It's a fun time. I do like that, like, we're definitely getting a dive more into the elements of Santa Claus. Like, he is the son of Santa Claus, and she is an unexpected elf. She does not know that. Her mom was an elf and went to the modern world and then just never came back, so she never knew her family. And she's never had, she works at a Christmas village, so she really does like the holidays, but she's never had a true family experience. So Teddy is going to, like, they make a Christmas to-do list of all the things that they need to do for her to have a perfect, like, holiday in the North Pole. And it's really, really cute. It's definitely steamy. Jennifer Chipman does write steam really, really well. And I am having a fun time with this. So my goal is to probably finish this today or tomorrow. I'm on page 124, and I would like to, before bed tonight, get up to like 250 if possible. We will see if that's doable. But I'm also watching the new, it's not a holiday movie, so it really has nothing to do with this vlog. But I did also make the decision to delete my entire watch later queue on YouTube. So I only have 25 videos left to watch, but I'm starting to pre-plan content for Bookmas, my version of Bookmas when I do Bookmas, and I cannot go that far back. So I'm just trying to watch like modern video, like current videos, so when I have to get video ideas and content ideas, so I have ideas. So I'm watching a couple of videos for that. So when I get up to page maybe 200, I'll give you guys an update. If it's not too late. If it's too late, I'll just give you guys an update tomorrow. But I will give you an update when I get up to page 200, and that is the hope. But yeah, it's definitely a steamy time, but I'm having a fun time with it, so that is good. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi, Book Dragons. I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up finishing Alchemies to Lovers by Jennifer Chipman. I actually I loaned a book to my coworker, and I not gonna ask for it back like now. So I like this book. I gave it 3.75 stars. I think I will say this. I think I definitely prefer to listen to Jennifer Chipman's book, just because the story, when I was physically reading it, felt very, very like choppy, and I felt like it was, I mean, obviously it's a novella, but like felt like a very like disconnected novella. I think that it could have been more cleanly done. Very, very steamy, very, very spicy, not a whole lot of plot. There was a plot in the first half, and I did like the elements that were included, but it was definitely more steamy than anything. But yeah, I gave that book 3.75 stars, so it was a fun time, a fun hot time, but just a fun time. Chickens and back. Sorry I didn't update you guys a lot yesterday, but I do have some more updates for this vlog, which is very exciting. I did wind up finishing all of the KU audio originals, the little Christmas collection. So I did wind up finishing Merriment and Mayhem by Alexandra Bellafour, and I only gave that book 2.5 stars. This has all the elements of a short book I don't like. It was insta-love, it was really, really quick, and too much happened. It was like the shortest, and I think the most happened, and I'll be honest, I do like the vibes of that story. I like the small town elements of that. I may check out another one of her books like that is a little bit longer and see if her writing style does work for me, but that little novella did not work, so I'm gonna give that 2.5 stars. And then I picked up Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake, and I'm like 15% into that story. I was listening to that while I was like cleaning at the end of yesterday because I finished my Christmas crafting, which is very, very fun. So from what I gathered, you follow these two people that used to be engaged, and they got unengaged, and they're kind of went about their lives. But they have been friends for years, so they've been in each other's lives. They're both musicians in like different ways, and they sort of get both invited to this party because they're going to be alone for Christmas, and they're going to be together, which I think is going to be fun. So it sounds really, really fun. I've only read about 15% of that, which I will attach a photo here of that, but I am really excited for that one. I have liked her books in the past, and I haven't read a full Christmas novel yet, so that's kind of what the point of this was. So here's the photo of that. I'm only like 15% into that. When I come home from going to yoga, I will give you guys an update. Dragons, I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to like 30-ish% into Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. I will have attached a photo at some point in this vlog. I really am liking this book. I think it's a fun Christmassy story. Basically, these two characters, I think I said this, they were engaged to be married, and they broke up. One left the other one at the altar. They're both heavily involved in the music scene in very, very different ways. And one girl in her new band goes home with a friend, and the other girl goes home with her other, with two friends in this part of this family, and they go home to the same house, and it's a very, very free family, so they have this thing in this little town. It kind of gives me Star Hollows vibes. That's kind of what I'm equating it to from the basket tradition. But you have a series of events throughout the holidays that kind of sets you up to find your significant other. And these two characters are kept being forced together into situations, and I'm having a fun time with it. It is definitely it's definitely a lot of trauma based on being left at the altar. They also both have family dynamics, which are really, really interesting. So that is what I'm saying about that. I'm about 30% into that book, and I'm having a fun time with it. So yeah, the next time you see me, I will have made farther progress. I will be honest, Monday is my least my day that I get the least listening done because I only have 2 periods off. 1 period to get work done and 1 period to eat lunch, so it's just not a listening hours. But we are heading into a weekend of insanity and a lot of time off, so that's really exciting. So I will see you guys when I have another update on that audiobook. 53% in Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. This is a sapphic romance. We're definitely getting more to the crux of the issue, and I will say that these two characters seem very similar to me, and that is kind of where my unconnectability to the characters is kind of coming from, just because they seem like they're very, very similar, and they do have very, very similar, not very similar, but they do have similar upbringings and similar stories, so it's kind of hard to tell whose voice you're in, especially because it's only one narrator. I think this book, my listening experience would have been improved if there was 2 narrators, but that is okay. So yeah, I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna read next, because it's either gonna read A Nightmare Before Christmas, which I think I'm gonna try to start, or another book. I'm just gonna kind of see where my attention is, and both of these might get read. I'm just gonna kind of pick a thing that I want to read, but the next book I think I'm gonna read for this vlog is The Nightmare Before Christmas by Sarah Rosh, and just see how far I can get. and see like if I'm feeling connected. But then I also have another block for another vlog that I might read, because I'm gonna start posting for Bookmas next week, so I gotta like get some vlogs done too. So yeah, that is where we are. But I'm also, yeah, so I think I'm gonna like make sure everything's all set, and then I'm gonna go start The Nightmare Before Christmas and try to get to page 66 and kind of read a chapter and see how I feel. And then for my other vlog, I might read like a chapter of Phantasma and see like which one I want to read. But they're both for different vlogs, so that is kind of the issue that I'm having. One is for my Goodreads Choice Award vlog, and one is for this vlog. So depends on which one, but they both have one more book for, so I like am in the middle, so I'm probably gonna need to read both of them. So I don't know, but when I have made some progress on The Nightmare Before Christmas, I will give you guys an update. Bye. Test this and see if this works. But I did wind up finishing the Ashley Herring Blake book, and I wound up giving it 3.75 stars. I am gonna round it up to 4 on Goodreads because I did like it. I don't think I felt that connected to the characters, unfortunately, and that hindered my enjoyment just a little bit, but I still did like it. So I think I'm gonna wrap up this vlog here because I have to get ahead on videos, and right now I'm not that far ahead. So my full thoughts on The Nightmare Before Christmas is gonna come in my next vlog that I'm gonna film like this weekend. But I will say I'm about 82 pages into this book, but I don't want to talk about it in 2 vlogs, and I think I'm just going to do it in my next vlog. But I am enjoying this so far, so I'll talk about that in my next vlog. But yeah, let me know in the comments, have you read any Christmas holiday books that you just have to scream to the world about? I would love to know, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for my next video. Bye!